Try to work this example out on your own and then check your work by playing the video. So Brandon mixed 6 83/100 pounds of cashews with 3 57/100 pounds of pistachios. After filling up 6 bags that were the same size with the mixture, he had 0.35 pounds of nuts left. What was the weight of each bag? So let's identify the variables. Who and what are we talking about? So we're talking about Brandon and his cashews and pistachios. So I'm going to say this is about Brandon and his cashews and pistachios. Let's read the first sentence. Brandon mixed 6 83/100 pounds of cashews with 3 57 pounds of pistachios. What is important about this sentence? So we know there's 6 83 pounds of cashews and 3 57/100 pounds of pistachios. How can I represent this information in my tape diagram? There should be 2 parts inside the bar. Should they be equal sizes? No. One of them, the cashews, should be about twice as big as the pistachios. So this would be the cashews, which is 6.83 pounds. And this would be the pistachios, which is 3.57 pounds. So you can see that the cashew area is larger than the pistachio area. Let's read the next sentence. After filling up 6 bags that were the same size with the mixture, he had 35/100 of a pound of nuts left over. How will we represent this part of the problem? Well, we could draw another bar to represent both kinds of nuts together, then split the bar into parts to show the bags and the part that was left over. We could erase the bar separating the nuts, put the total on the bar we already drew, and then split into equal parts. We would have to remember we had some left over. So I'm going to use the bar that we've already drawn. I'm going to label my bags with the letter B, and I'll label the part that wasn't put into the bags as well. So I'm going to label this bar. I'm going to have, this is the bar we already have. And we know that he has what's left over. This is what's left, is 0.35 pounds. And this part is going to represent my 6 bags. I'm going to put a B in them. I'm going to put a question mark in this one because we're going to find out what that 1 bag weighs. So if I figure out what this is, all of these bags are the same. So we have 5 bags and this question mark, which gives us 6 total bags. I'm just looking for how can we find this 1 unit. So how will we find the value of 1 unit in our diagram? So we know that part of the weight is being placed into 6 bags. So we need to divide that part by 6. Then there was a part that didn't get put in the bags. We have to take the leftover part away from the total so we can find the part that was divided into each bag. Then we can divide. So the first thing I need to do is find out how long this whole thing is. So if you look up here, we can see in our first tape diagram that the whole part is 6 83/100 and 3 57/100. So I just need to add those 2 values. So I know that if I add these 2 together, that would give me 10 pounds and 4/10 left over, or 40/100. So now I know that this whole thing represents 10.4, but I need to take away this part. So this whole thing is 10 40/100 pounds, but I need to take off this. So to do that, I'm going to do subtraction. So I have 10 pounds and 40/100, and I'm going to take away 35/100. So when I subtract, I can't take 5 away from 0, so I'm going to borrow, which will give me 10 hundredths. 10 hundredths minus 5 hundredths is 5. 3 tenths minus 3 tenths is 0. My decimal, 0 take away 0 is 0, and then 1 take away nothing is 10. So now I know that this area is 10 and 5 hundredths pounds. Now I can set up my division. So I'm going to take this 10 and 5 hundredths pounds and divide them into 6 bags. So my expression would be 10 and 5 hundredths divided by 6. So I'm going to go ahead and use the standard algorithm for this. And I know that 6 can't go into 1, so I'm going to go 6 into 10. That will go 1 time. Go ahead and move my decimal and drop my 0. How many times will 40 be divided by 6? That would be 6 times, which will give me 36. I'm going to drop my 5. 45 divided by 6. That would be 7, which is 42. Now, in 4th grade, we would say 1 and 67 hundredths, remainder 3, but I know I can add a 0 here and drop it and continue. So 30 divided by 6, that's 5, which will go evenly, which gives me a 0 as my remainder, or what's left. So my answer, in each bag, there will be 1 and 675,000th pound.